Hi everyone. So to close out this video for class number 1 of the falling mass rotating pulley experiment, I want to take a minute to think about something that's really important for us to consider as experimentalists. Now, when you're doing an experiment, right, one ought to think about all the things that might matter. We just now developed an idealized model for this falling mass rotating pulley experiment. But there are lots of other things that maybe couldn't matter. So you've now done 2 experiments, right? If you go back and think about, say, your linearly accelerated motion experiment, we maybe needed to worry about things like, if there was some slipping of your ramp on the table as you had it set up, or maybe for some of you there was some friction in the bearings of your cart, or things like that. I'd like us to think about what might matter for us to consider in the pulley experiment that I didn't consider in the idealized model. I've set up a forum on Sakai for us to do this. I want us to get everything on the table. So as you know, don't worry if what you might be thinking about might seem outlandish. Let's just get it on the table, and then we can think about ways to either argue that it doesn't matter. Maybe we can estimate how big of an effect it might have, or we might come up with a way to do our experiment in such a way that that effect maybe won't matter if it's one that's really hard to model. Or maybe it's something we have to take into account in a more refined model of the experiment. There was a truck that just drove by, which is why there was an awful noise just now. Uh, Anyway, uh, what I would like to ask is that if you post to that forum by, let's say, 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, I will try to take some of your responses and use that to shape what I'm putting together for our class this Thursday, for our lab this Thursday. In lab, a big chunk of the time is going to be spent for you to develop a somewhat more refined theory for a model for the FMRP experiment.